So if you guys saw the last summon video, you know that we managed to luck out and walk away with the one and only boy, Chobe. Chobe was one of the Hell's Paradise characters that I really wanted. Like, I was really looking forward to getting him, so I'm extremely happy that I managed to luck out with this one. And I've been using him a bit, man. I'm not gonna cap to you. I've been using him a little bit here and there, and let me tell you, he does not disappoint. Of course, if you managed to get Chobe or you have any of your thoughts or want to say anything about the video or Chobe or whatever, you can leave them all down below in the comment section. Would love to read them all. But without further ado, let's talk about what Chobe does. He has three abilities, one being God Killer level 6, the other being Demon Killer, and the last ability being Bandit King. This is of course unique to him. This will give him 100% defense ignore while he's above 80% or more HP, and it also gives him 100 arc gauge at the start of the quest, which is insanely good. In terms of his kit, he has a skill that's able to increase his attack by 30% for 7 seconds. He has an art that's able to reduce the enemy's break res by 40%, which is pretty substantial. He has a true art that's able to give himself arc gauge and break power. By the way, this thing will stack every single time you use it. And he has a super art that will give him damage and also arc gauge, which this will also stack every single time he uses it. Mind the multiplier here at 160k. In terms of his slots, he has a 5-star physical, a 5-star defense, and a 4-star physical. If you take him all the way up to LB7, he should have a 4-star defense, if I'm not mistaken. In terms of best in the slot here, there's a few different ways that you could take Chobe. If you're mainly going nuking routes, you go with Chobe's axe. This just came out. This gives him 100% physical damage, and it also reduces the enemy's light res. It's literally just meant for him. It's an amazing item, but also just good on a bunch of different other nukers. If you don't want to go with that, you could also go with something that just gives you more burst arch gen to, guarantee that you have the super art for the nuke, or go with anything that's going to be lowering the enemy's physical resist or whatever else. If you're going to be sustaining with this character, then you could also go with something that's going to be giving him more arch gen since he has no type of arch gen innately in the kit, or you could just go with a break item to help break the bosses easier. I personally like Duke the Legendary since it's a dual effect that it has. The 5-star defense, if you're going to be nuking, going with something like Black Trike from the Black Rock Shooter crossover is very good since it does give you arch gen and it just makes it to where you are guaranteed to get that super art in the very beginning of the quest. If you don't want to use Black Trike though, you could also use Change of Pace, which is very good too, or you could even use Flame Stola as a budget option since this does give you more physical damage. If you're sustaining, 5-star defense is really going to be used more so for whatever you're going to be fighting against, but if you want to go with a generalized really good 5-star defense item, always True Flambardo, Sandstone's true weapon is never a bad option. With a 4-star defense, you're mainly going to be looking at stuff that's going to be buffing up your damage, your break power, or your arch gen. So using something like Evil Death is very good since it gives you 20% damage up if you're a human, which Chobe is a human. If you don't want to use that and you're going for more sustain, something that's going to be giving him more break power like Relic Mav wouldn't be too bad, or using something like B3 Claw to give him more arch gen also wouldn't be too bad either. Just be a little bit careful because remind you that if you do use B3 Claw, it will take him below the 80% threshold most of the time, which you're going to want to be above that so you have 100% defense ignore all the time. And in terms of his crest slots, what are his go-tos here? I'm going to be saying Art Gauge Up is definitely never a bad option since Art Gauge Up will make it to where he's going to be guaranteed to have super arts and nukes pretty much all the time. Some other good ones though are Break Power Up just to really solidify his breaking potential, Promise of the Funeral God just to make him hit harder, and Attack Up is also very good. Now we have his animations in game, and look at his sprite. I love his sprite in game. We have the attack skill here. You see that he just slices straight down, very short range, but it does the job. We have a skill here which is just a kind of like batter up, right? The man's about to hit a home run with that. We have an art here which is a kick into another slice. Mind you that this kick is kind of short range, but the slice is definitely a little bit longer range, so he's gonna be able to hit people that's a little bit further away from him. He has his true art, which is some slices and then an uppercut, which isn't anything crazy, to be honest. He's not really wowing you at all with any of his animations. And then he has his super art, which is a massive slam and very quick. Do you see how quick this is? I'm talking about instantly, boom, there's that. Now this may look like a singular hit, but it's not. This is multiple hits at once, and you'll see that in the gameplay that this true art is just tons and tons of hits packed into it. I'm not for sure the exact amount of hits that he has in it, but it's a lot. So all in all, if I had to give Chobe a rating on his animations, they're kind of whack, aren't they? I mean, I haven't seen Hell's Paradise myself, so he may not do too much apart from just swing his axe, but I mean, they're not anything wild. I think Gabby Maru probably has the best animations from this crossover, more than likely him or maybe even Yuzu. So Chobe, a little bit lackluster. I'm gonna say Chobe is a 5 out of 10. His animations really aren't all that. The first thing we're going to be doing is going to be showing him off against a nuke. We're going to go against the training stage first as a little bit of a basis, but if you want to see the nuke team, this is what we're rocking here. The Melty, the Forte, the Draken, and the Chobe. If I wanted to, I could use like Miyu or something else to just kind of give us more damage with Chobe, because yeah, Chobe is a human. He would benefit from the 200% damage up that Miyu has, but I don't really think he needs it. I think this team works out really well since we have the arch damage up passively from Melty. We got the damage up from, of course, Forte. We got the physical damage up from Draken, plus the physical resist down, and just a bunch of stuff here is just going to really help Chobe really go crazy. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to do some crazy damage very quickly. Now, if you see here, this is on auto, and I hope that I changed it in time so he could actually use his super art. But you see, everybody's going to pop off. Please, Chobe, use your super art, and he did. Okay, nice. Watch how much damage he does just instantly. Look at this. Instantaneous damage. I even saw a 1.5 million pop up there for a second. Super quick, super fast, in and out the quest like it's nothing. I love how quick his animations are. We look at the details here. 12 million damage from Chobe alone. We're pretty much going to be seeing the same exact thing if we go up against any type of special EX, you know, just absolute obliteration on his part. As you see right there, we actually don't even really need the Black Trike on him. We could use something else if we want to, because he's going to have his super art pretty much all the time since we have X marks the spot. As you see, he's going to use his super art. Draken's not using his for whatever reason. There we go. We have the defense down, and then boom, man's dead like it's nothing. He actually crit a few times too because of X marks the spot. And there we go again. 3.4 million right there. Not as high, of course, but this boss doesn't have as much HP. Pretty sure it's going to be the same thing in the other special EX. This is the one from part 1 of Hell's Paradise. Chobe is about to slam down, and HP bar is just gone. I love it. I really do. He's just very satisfying to use. You just see him just slam the axe down, and it's like, okay, they're just dead. 5.8 million on that one. Wow, so this boss actually has more HP than, so yeah, I guess this boss, or this stage, let me say, has more HP in total than the other stage. So we've seen him in nuke comps, but let's see how he does in more of a sustained comp. And I'm almost positive Chobe is going to be performing insanely well here too. Not to mention we're going to be using Chloe to kind of benefit from having the break and everything. Plus we're also going to be having the boy, the one and only Shiro Emiya, joining us as well. So with this team right here, what we're going to be trying to do is that once we get into the boss fight, we're really going to be trying to just stack as much break power with the man Chobe and seeing if we can get off a little cheeky break if possible. While we're going to be using the art from Chloe to give us the break resist down on the boss. As you see so far, the stacking with Chobe is going relatively well. It'd be really cool if we could like see kind of like if we held down like how much of a increase the character actually has right now. I feel like that would be like super sick to look at. We're gonna be trying to break this boss as much as possible between Chloe and Chobe, and it seems like our break is doing relatively well right now. Not too bad. Popping off again with the true art here, and there is the break. Gonna get our super arts instantaneously. Everybody else is gonna pop off, and I think Chobe might be able to get a super art too. Yep, we're gonna get a super art too. And is this guy dead instantly? I don't know. I don't think he will be, right? Probably not. Yeah, he's not dead yet. Of course, his threshold mechanic happened, and now we all can't move. We are all stunned, but we're fine. If we get off another break, we're definitely gonna go wild. And bro, look at the buffs on Chobe. Jesus, bro, why is there so many on him? And there's the break again. Everybody gets true arts. Let's go. Pop off with the super art. Go crazy with everybody. And this guy is going to die right here, right now. Hopefully Shiro doesn't, or maybe I can get off an art. There we go. I just want to make sure everybody's protected. I don't want this guy, you know, to get any ideas thinking he could kill my team. And just like that, the shrine is down and out. And look at how much break power we had on the man Chobe. Looking real nice as being the main breaker. And that was the first time I actually cleared this solo. You can tell how much I do Crest Palaces, right? And there we go. Look at the boy Chobe. 12 million. And we weren't even focusing super heavy into his damage department, right? We were mainly focusing on just buffing him up as much as we could in his breaking department. But as you see, Chobe still showing off that he's able to handle himself even in the damage department. We look at the break, 44,000 from Chobe. You gotta love it. Him and Chloe are definitely a match made in heaven, by the way. So yeah, all in all, Chobe's really fun. Do I like him as much as Gabimaru? I don't know. I think Gabimaru might be my favorite from this crossover so far. But Chobe definitely did not disappoint me. I love him a lot. I'm going to be using this character for a lot of different things in the future. There are some negatives that I have with him that, you know, I did touch on here and there. One of the main ones is that his break values are somewhat low, even for a breaker that has, you know, break power up in his kit. Only 4,200 break with the true art. A little bit lackluster, especially with the super art 2 only going up to 4,500. You know, it's not really that worth it. thing that I kind of didn't like at first was he didn't have an arch-shinning skill, which I still don't necessarily love that he doesn't have an arch-shinning skill. He just has an attack-up skill, but it's not the end of the world. His true art and his super art supplies him with a lot of arch-shin, so it's perfectly fine as long as you have some other arch-shinners on your team to kind of help him get going in the very beginning. Yep, that's pretty much all I have to say about Chobe. I love the guy. He's great. I'm going to be trying to get an attack up level 4 on him. I don't know if I'm going to be trying to 4+ this guy. Maybe when it's half off again, I'll be trying to get one for him and Gabimaru, but definitely love my boys from Hell's Paradise. They are some great characters, and if you got Chobe, you should be extremely happy because he is a fantastic damage dealer and breaker. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for this one, man. Thank you all again for coming out. It's been your boy P. If you enjoyed this video, have your man check out either one of the other videos popping on your screen right now. Great content, guarantee you love them. Oh, and one more thing before you leave. Don't forget to drink water.